Hello everybody, it is LE Diecast and we are back to look at the Series 2 of the Hot Wheels Classics series. I didn't say that right. This is the Hot Wheels Classics Series 2. There we go, that's a little bit more organized. We did a video on Series 1 just a little while ago, probably about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. So you can check that one out if you want to do these in order. This is Series 2. And the quick update, although you can watch Series 1 if you want the whole story. This was a series of cars that Hot Wheels put out in around 2004 through about 2009-ish. These would have been on the pegs. This series officially came out, I believe, in 2005 through 2006. And there were 5 series of these. The first 3 series were basically cars that just came out and you went and find them. The last 2 series have some baggage that we'd have to cover in those videos to tell you how they came out. But they came out in a lot of different colors, tons of colors, in fact, for some of these cars. Some of the colors were the same-ish. They were very close. They came out mostly with red line tires, although a few of them had Goodyear tires and some other different types of tires on them. They are metal bodies, metal base, regular tires, not rubber tires. But they did cost quite a bit when they came out. I think they were around $3. And nowadays, you can get these relatively cheap. So that's why we're covering them. Because if you do like collecting variations or you're looking for a series of older cars to collect, well, the classics are a good bet. So let's start and do these in order. I have all of them in Series 1 or Series 2 except for one car. Again, I seem to always be missing one, and I will get to that. So let's start with this 70 Chevelle convertible. Pretty nice car. This one in red. Remember, they did come in a lot of different colors. The colors were the original Hot Wheels Spectra Flame colors of the red line cars. So here is the Chevy Bubble Top 62. That is number 2. Oh, I should show you the cars that are in this series. I forgot to do that. There are the cars. I am missing the Woozy. You'll see it towards the end there. So those are all the cars that were in there. Some people really like to try and collect all of the colors. I think you will go completely insane if you try to do that. There were not the same colors for each car either. The cars came out in different colors. I'm going to move that down just a little bit there. There we go. Next up, we've got the 65 Corvette. This one in, I think that is called Root Beer, the color. One of my favorites from this series. Following that, we've got the 68 Corvette. This one in a lovely purple. Next up, we've got the 57 Chevy Bel Air convertible. That is number 4. This one in what I think is a dark blue, but almost looks black. Number 6, the 65 Mustang. This one in a gold color. This one has those Goodyear wheels on it. Number 7, the 67 Camaro convertible. This is one of the, well, I don't think any of these are hard to find, but this is one of them that tends to go for a little bit more money. Camaro collectors tend to jack up the price on that one. Number 8, the Anglia panel truck. Number 9, the Ford GT40. Those seem to be getting more popular all of a sudden. This one in a lime green. Should mention some of the colors on these cars are very similar. I think I've got an example of that coming up, as they were on the original red lines. A very heavy Ford Thunderbolt, that's number 10. You know, that's one of my favorite cars of all time. So that is one of my favorites in this collection. Number 11, the 57 Ford Thunderbird. Number 12 is the 65 Pontiac Bonneville. Number 13 is the Mad Props, a strange car for this series. Mad Props certainly has a following, so that might be why it was added. I find this is one of the easiest to find, so not sure how Mad Props went over. I should mention the Series 2 was a little different than Series 1 in that they started getting kind of adventurous with these. You'll start to see a few different cars in this one that separate this series from Series 1. Here is number 14. I'm going to hold it because it weighs a ton, as it usually does. That is the Pontiac GTO. Seems to be one of the heavier cars that Hot Wheels made. This one in purple. I want to show you the two purple colors here because they're very similar. There's that one. This is the same car, and you can see that the colors can get very similar. So officially those two colors do have different names, and I don't know what they are. I don't really care. But two different cars. And I mentioned I don't collect all the different colors. I do have a lot of different colors of these. I'm just showing you one of each because there would be way too many, and they do get boring after you start just seeing the same colors over and over. Number 15 is the Mustang Mach 1 in a lovely, what is that? That's not fuchsia. I always want to call that fuchsia. Magenta. Fuchsia's like a green, isn't it? Another one of my favorites from this particular series. That is the Dodge Charger, the 69 Dodge Charger. 69 was a real good year for these types of cars. 17. Now this one I think was one of the more popular ones when it came out. Funny that I can find these dairy deliveries really easily at the shows. So I have a feeling that the collectors maybe bought them up and now they just have more of them. Maybe in one spot the collectors that go to shows have more of them, because the dairy deliveries are really easy to find. I must have 20 of these, and I use them for my customs because it's a metal body and a metal top. If you are using these for customs, I'll tell you the paint is not particularly easy to get off of these. You really have to work to get the paint off. There's a chrome underneath that paint that really bonds to the metal. Tricky to get off without having some little paint chips and all left in them. But yes, we do. We probably have all of the colors of the dairy delivery somewhere. Number 18, the 3-window 34. That one's really nice with the flames. I think that one came out super nice in this series. Number 19 is the 40 Ford Coupe. Mine's got a little bit of sticky stuff there left from the sticker on the front I didn't clean off. Sorry about that. They did come in this chrome color. The next one is also the same chrome, where I think that is the chrome that is unpainted. That's the chrome that is underneath the paint that makes them shiny. In my last video in Series 1, I mentioned that the Zamac metal is what made them shiny. That is not correct. It is actually a chrome paint, which you see here on this very sweet Shelby Cobra, another of my favorites from this group. You can't go wrong with the Shelby Cobra. Opening hood, chrome. It's a nice looking car. Number 21 is the Volkswagen convertible. The Bug convertible. If any of these, I've mentioned this I think before, but if any of these are overly hard to find, I'm not aware of it. You will have to pay a little bit more maybe for the Camaro or this drag bus that's coming up, but overall, not a lot of money invested in these. I can usually get these, I think I said, for like $1 at shows if I buy more than 5 or 6 of them at a time. Here is number 22. That is the 49 Merc. Kind of a boring looking car from the side, but that top view really shows it off. I think that's that root beer color again. I'm particularly drawn to that. I have more of that color than most of the other colors. Number 23, another one that's not particularly exciting from the side view. That is the Hooligan in a slightly discolored card. I did mention that all of the classics, I think the intention was to have them based on real cars. That starts to get a little bit off track in Series 2. I'm pretty sure Series 1, if I remember right, they were all real cars. But with the addition of Mad Props in this one and another car coming up here, they weren't all real cars. Here is the Hot Bird. This one is another popular one. This is 24 of 30. You may have to pay a little bit more for this one. I picked the gold because that is my idea of what a Trans Am looked like. That is obnoxious right there. Here's that customized drag truck. I think I said drag bus before. It's the customized drag bus. And this one you would think would be difficult to find. I have not found that to be the case. I got a lot of these about 2 years back thinking I would use them for customs. I haven't done anything with them. I found that this particular casting is kind of hard to do interesting stuff with, at least so far. So I still have them. They're sitting around waiting for something to be done. But this one in blue. The different colors did not come out all at the same time. So in each case there would be different colors of the different cars. I don't think that the cars came out in any particular order either. I think it was just kind of random what colors you got. I have a feeling these disappeared mostly probably because of the cost. I think they were just too expensive for what you were really getting. You were getting just a regular mainline car. Nothing particularly special, no rubber tires, anything like that. The packaging was all the same on them. But I think they were probably pretty confusing for collectors to know which ones they had and didn't have. So they probably sat on the shelf after a while, especially at that price. Here's Blast Lane, the motorcycle from this particular series. There were motorcycles in these series. I would not pay the regular price for that Blast Lane myself, but I'm not much of a motorcycle guy. Here is number 28. That is the Plymouth Barracuda funny car. This one again in that very dark, is it purple or blue? I'm going to say that's dark blue. This one always looks a little different because it just doesn't have the shine that the others have, this particular color. This funny car does lift up, if you haven't seen that car before. The whole top rotates from the back up to make a funny car. Number 29 of 30. Yes, you would expect that is one of my favorites from this series. And it is. I have far too many of these in different colors. The Plymouth Hemi Barracuda. I seem to pick this up every single time I see it, hoping that there just is something about it that I don't already have. And lastly, number 30 is the 55 Chevy Bel Air. Oh, I said lastly, I did miss one there. Sorry about that. It is number 27. Well, first let's finish up with the Chevy Bel Air. Let's give the Chevy Bel Air its moment in the sun. It's sitting there saying, wait, I waited all this time. Yes, number 30, the 55 Chevy Bel Air. Very nicely done in that electric blue color. All right, back to the one I missed. Number 27 I missed, and I'll show you the back here. It is the Woozy right there, W-Oozy, Woozy. And I do not have that one. There is nothing particularly special about it. I just thought I had it. Same story as before, and I do not have it, so I will pick that up the next time I see it. So that will do it for this one. I hope you're liking these series. I do like digging these out and looking at them. They're fun because there's so many colors and I can pick which colors I want to show off. I do like collecting these. I also didn't mention that a few years ago, maybe a year ago, the Cool Classics were released, and that was kind of a spin on these original classics. The Cool Classics had a satin finish to them and tried to do something similar to the classics. For some reason, this classic series has just hung on. They seem to be at every show. You'll find dealers that just have tons of them, and they're just fun to look for whatever color you want to pick, or if you're trying to complete the collection, trying to get a variety of colors. It's a fun series to collect, and one of the few series you can collect that will actually cost quite a bit less money now than when they came out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.